we did not create this problem. Nobody that testified today created this problem. No parent at home created this problem. No kid created this problem. There are a group of corporate tech people whose own kids go to schools where there's not even like computers. They go to tech-free schools now because they know the harm that they created through social media and through these phones. Like they literally did a whole New York Times piece about it. Tim Cook doesn't want his nephew using it, and the CEO of eBay and Google and Meta, they all send their kids to tech-free schools because they know what they created. And so I'm just really appreciative that you, a mom of 3, doctor, spent your summer traveling across the state to hear from communities about the harms that those people out in Silicon Valley created for us. And we have parents and we have districts and we have educators trying to figure out how do we solve this problem of addiction that was on purpose in our kids. And I think you did a really good job. And I'm really grateful to you for spending that time for a problem you did not create, and that it is not our job in this room, like anybody in this room, to fix. And it is incredibly frustrating. I think people know how I feel about the tech industry. And so I just, I don't know how we walk it back, and it's going to be painful. I think you said a kid said she would die if she didn't have her phone with her in school, right? Like that's what addiction feels like. And adults are addicted to their phones too. We just had formative years without them, and we're lucky for that. Everybody on this committee had formative years without something that was pinging every second with something that was funnier and more interesting or more angering or more salacious or more sexual or more sports betting than kids do right now. And it is incredibly unfair that they live in a world where this has been unleashed on them. And so whatever we can do to try and protect those formative years from this incredibly harmful technology is good. And we can talk about what the best policy is, and I think you have done a really good job here, Senator Maye, and I support your bill. But the problem is not in this room, and it is not the kids, it is not their parents, it is not the educators, and it is not this legislature. And I just am furious that we're sitting here cleaning up the mess while people make money constantly off this addiction, and it just frustrates me to no end. And so thank you for doing something about this, and thank you for working with our colleagues across the aisle to do something about this, because we got to do something, and I guess this is as good of a place to start as possible.